All right, ladies and gentlemen, this video is made possible by the EA Creator Network. Now, what we have here is a bat heirloom. It is called Grand Slam. It's got different names. You know, you got Grand Slam, Forked Crimson, Designated Yeeter, and Blue Dinger. Got all these little variants. So I'm gonna go with the Forked Crimson. Yeah, kind of like the fiery red. And of course you have, you know, we got these, honestly, don't even know which one's part of which. There we go. So we got the Grand Slam set. I've never been too crazy about these. When people do heirloom things, I don't think they really talk about it, but I'm just highlighting it here. So let's go in, and again, I think that should have been Mad Maggie's. I think it's best fit there, but they seem like they've been going universal heirlooms. I will say I wish that they did more lore-based ones. That's just my opinion. I think they should have done it. Now, what I'm overlay here is I love the pull animation where it just flings. You're gonna see one in a minute once we load in, but I'm gonna pull the one in game. If you're curious about all the other ones as well, you could check out my other videos where I cover the skybox changes for Aegis Strict, for, you know, lighter, all the buffs and nerfs, all in the description down below, all different videos. Now, what this reminds me of, just the initial swing, is the kunai. The spin. Very interesting. And then when you pull out the bat, there you go. See, that's the one I was going to overlay, but I love that pull-out animation. I think that's pretty sick. Yeah. Let's see if we can get another little catch here. I believe that's only 3 that we got for the most part. Oh, yeah, that's kind of sick. That's kind of clean. So pretty nice. Forwards, backwards, so forwards, backwards, you back up, kind of get steady. Let me show you what these look like in third person. I'm sure you're going to love the view. You got your overhead swing. You know, jump and hit. You got your under here. Kind of weird where it kind of froze there for a second. Got your regular swings. Now, in the new LTM, they're meant to have a mode with the wildcard event, and I'm not sure it's coming out in release or a little later, but there's 2 different variants of the wildcard event that are coming out, which is a new mode that are meant for beginners. So, pretty nice, right? What it looks like in a kind of a normal stance. Let's see, I know we had it also on Bangalore. Everyone kind of has their own little stance with it, for the most part. Now, let's see what it looks like whenever you wall bounce with it. Make sure it does the animation third person. What does it look like? Pretty clean, right? Let's take a look now in first person. Whenever you wall bounce, kind of goes straight in. That's not too bad. Pretty clean. Slide jump. Whenever you spin it, kind of freezes in place like you're pulling a magic trick, but otherwise when you keep a nice little flow to it, kind of nice. It's a little silly with a bat, you know, how is it so smooth doing that, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. Now let's look at the inspect animations. If you crouch, you always tend to do this where you pull a card. There could be an ultra rare animation, but I think it's really cool how you're pulling different various cards. You know, you got Mad Maggie, you got Sparrow. Where did I get this? Interesting. Huh. Let's take a look. Let's see what other sets we get here. It's like you're pulling Pokemon cards, essentially. I don't know if you get anything different, though. It seems like it might be just the same set over and over again. Yeah, for the most part. Huh. That's very interesting. I will jump cut if I'm able to get a different one. Otherwise, we'll go back to further animations. You know, before you say anything, I default to Pokemon cards. This makes more sense for baseball cards, by the way. Now, we looked at them in first person. Let's look at them in first person. A little bit of bump there, all right? Pretty aggressive. Actually kind of cool. Now let's go look at what happens when you hit a door, and then we'll look at the remaining inspect elements at the end. Nice. Sometimes they don't do animations for them, but I actually think that's pretty cool. It's not half bad. Now, let's take a look at, of course, the remaining animations, just by whenever you're hitting things. There's one with a thermite that I thought was really cool. Nice. It's pretty cool. Take a look. There's the thermite one. I like this because it has, like, this audio at the end. Listen, ready? It's like you hit, like, an insane, out-of-this-world hit. Home run. This is pretty cool. I like the fire. That might be all of them for the most part that I... Oh, this is different. Usually there's like 3 to 4. 2019. Predator? Usually there's like 3 to 4 animations. Wow, there's actually like... This is 5? No, it's the same one. Okay. For a minute there, I was like, what animation was that one? I like how it reloads though. I bet you, I know everyone's probably asking, does Mad Maggie have a specific one? I'm sure she does, to be honest. That makes a lot of sense if she does. Alright, so we're gonna do, let's load up Mad Maggie and let's give Mad Maggie a try as well. So Mad Maggie looks, I think, probably the best in terms of holding the bat. It feels like it's the most natural. It feels like this was meant for her. I almost feel like the Power Sword was probably meant for Newcastle. These are just my tinfoil hat theories, just my own thoughts. I'm going to try to inspect this to see if I see anything specific for her. I don't think there is. We saw the 3 pull-out animations already. I'll let you know if I find anything else, though. Now, the juice cans are different depending on the color, but I am struggling to find other animations. Nothing doesn't seem to be specific. It could be with the cards. Let's find out. If every legend maybe gets different cards, it'd be kind of cool. But unfortunately, no. Seems like it's all the same. I feel like maybe this would be a hint of who gets special animations. Somebody else might be able to decipher this, but after sitting here for half an hour messing around, I wasn't able to find anything else, unfortunately. So if you guys enjoyed this heirloom review, I think it's okay. It's not my favorite, but it is unique. I think it could have been tailor-made more for Mad Maggie. Oh, also the bottom of the bats are all different. That one also says R5. Just want to add that in there. Also, just a hot take idea. It would be cool if every heirloom was universal, but they were called specific things like Watson's or Mad Maggie's bat. And maybe you can use it on another legend, but as long as it was kind of named, I don't know, just a hot take out there before we kind of end the video too. But if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I will see you guys all in the next one.